I am Beverley Murray, and I have got a salon at Hirsch's Umhlanga, and I've been a beauty therapist for 44 years. And I absolutely love what I do. I love my clients, and I love when people come in. I just love to know that they feel at home, and that's my main priority. So I actually come from 3 generations of beauty therapists. My mum had, Isabel, had a beauty school as well as a beauty salon, and I grew up in a salon. So from a little girl, I used to sit there and I'd go, "Please, can I paint the ladies' nails, Mom?" And they used to love me. So we used to just sit and I'd paint nails. I'd say, "No, Bev's so good at this, leave her with it, you know." And so I think the passion had always been there. And then I had a daughter, and then she started following in my footsteps and my mom's. And it's been a wonderful journey. I worked with my mum for 20 years, and then I started my own business. And I've now had my own business for 24 years. I think my biggest dream, I actually always saw myself in a salon. I really did. It was something I loved doing. There was a little stint that I did with hairdressing because my mum had bought a hairdressing salon and the beauty salon at one stage. And then I just knew my passion was actually beauty. And my dream was to have my own salon one day. And in Joburg, when I did, I had a nice big salon. We were eventually 6 people. And my daughter used to come and help me there, and my mum would help on the odd occasions as well. And then 13 years ago, I moved down to Durban and I sold my practice there. And then I had to literally start from scratch with not one client. One of my major challenges was actually trying to get a salon off the ground with absolutely no clients, no nothing. And I had got into a salon that actually at Gumtree Lodge in Mount Edgecombe, they had actually built a little outdoor salon for me, and it worked wonderful. But eventually, too many people on weekends and a bit too much noise, and it wasn't a comfortable environment for your therapists or for me to do a massage. I was always worried that the clients would get annoyed. So that's when I decided after 6 years, I need to get onto a place that I'm going to feel more comfortable for my clients. And I think during that time, though, because I had no clients, it was a little bit from working with the guest house, but that would be more on the weeks. But I literally went post to post box, and I walked the streets, and I put flyers in, and I'd go into the shopping centres, and I'd put my flyers on the coffee, on the windscreens and that. And in the December, it was about the November, I had met, of 2013, I had met a lady called Viv, and she introduced me to Umhlanga Women Achievers. And when I did that, I realized that it's so important to do networking and meet people, especially if you don't have any source of trying to connect with people. So that was how I eventually brought it up, was through the networking with Umhlanga Women Achievers. I have been with them now for 11 years. It's going on 11 years. And during those 11 years, I learned to become more, I could speak, whereas before I used to be much more introverted. I didn't want to, I wasn't someone that could just talk. And all of those have actually taught me to be able to stand in front of people, do a talk now. If I get asked to do a talk, I'll do a talk, and it doesn't disturb me anymore, So it was growth that I got from that as well. I think that is where you learn your grit and your glory from, is in very difficult cases. So unfortunately, when I started at when I started at the Gumtree Lodge, I had been seeing a childhood sweetheart of mine, and I'd moved down from Durban to come here, and the salon was literally only opening up like the end of December. And then he got cancer, but we did not know in the January. He got very ill, and he was misdiagnosed. And they only diagnosed him in the April. So I had actually put my business completely on hold then, and I nursed him, and he died in the August. And it was after that I also realized, now I have to get up. I've got to get going. There is nothing, Bev, you're on your own. And, when you come out of situations like that, it also encourages you I mean, a week later I was at work and I just pushed all my energies into the business and that, and trying to get out more. And it was actually after that I met Viv, and that was how all of that started to, how people are put on your path, you know, and people need to listen when things happen, you know, there's reasons for everything. One of the people who have inspired me in my life since being in Durban is Margaret Hirsch, and what she has done for women and what she did for me as well. I can honestly say, even one of the things when COVID hit, I mean, she was the first person that even said to me, Bev, don't worry about rent right now. And I know what you've been through, you know. So, yeah, thank you, Margaret. We've got challenges of, there's so many beauty salons. And for me, I've always said that I want my clients, when they come, I've always had this philosophy, you come as a client and you leave as a friend. And I've always said that building those relationships with people have meant more. And like people say, Bev, we just love coming here because this makes it, you know, you always make us feel comfortable. You give us such good service. The salon's always neat and clean, which is one of the biggest things, you know. And you get salons that are all over this place now. And people have really got the luck of the draw to go to anyone. But that is what's kept me going. By doing the Umhlanga Women Achievers, just meeting people there. And then I'd also met Margaret Hirsch. And I was doing, once a month, we would have a Woman of Worth meeting. And so I got to meet more people like that. And it was just wonderful. So, and for me, if I look, I always have thought of Margaret Hirsch as being definitely someone I could look up to. And in the end, that's where I got my salon as well, is to work at Hirsch's. I've got a salon at the bottom in Umhlanga. And it was also just one day I put it out there and I said, I'm needing a salon, but I do not want to be in a shopping center because I did not want to stick to those hours. I wanted my life to just there, I could actually start taking it a little bit easier. And I think it was on the group 10 minutes and I had Margaret message me and she said, Bev, come have a look. I've got a shop, see if you're interested. And I did. And that's how I opened up that shop. And unfortunately, I opened it up 3 weeks before COVID. And that was like really a terrible phase for me because I'd taken my finances to do the shop up. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And our doors were closed literally, I think it was 6 weeks or something. But my saving grace through all of that, we still giggle today, is the fact that the lady that I had working with me, she had moved to Joburg with her boyfriend. So I was alone in the shop. And being alone in the shop actually brought me business because people didn't want to go into big salons. They were all scared of the, catching this virus. And so with me, I could just like book them one after the other. There was no one in the shop. And they all said, oh, Bev, this is just what we are living fearfully. Yes. Yeah. I made an impact on my business because I think it's the passion and the love I have for people. And for me, I want people to, when they come in, I want them to be, like when they leave me, they must be better off than when they came in. So whether it's emotionally, whether it's that I have made them look nicer and feel nicer. But, I mean, we get a lot of people who have got a lot of trauma in life now. It's not like, I think since COVID and all the different things that have happened, people are not where they were 5 years ago. And I think for me, that has definitely been my positive. Like people, I was sick in hospital now with pneumonia and that. And everyone was like, I'm worried about the business. And everyone's going, no, please, Bev must please just get better. It's not a problem. And when you started building up that relationship with your clients, they don't go anywhere. They wait for you. During my Umhlanga Women Achievers, being with them, in 2019, 2020 and 2021, I sat on the committee. So I was more involved with Umhlanga Women Achievers, which was wonderful. It also made you get out more, people to get to know you more. And then in 2022, I won the Umhlanga Achiever of the Year award. And that is basically awarded for when you go back on your year of what you've done in your life. That is where they market from that. And I'd also helped Granny Griff's. One of the things that I've done was I've helped Granny Griff's, and she's got a little coffee shop in near the Harper by the Sea. And she was doing very bad. And she just said to me, Bev, I don't know how I'm going to keep these doors open. And I said to her, well, why don't I get some people and we come and we do a monthly, like, networking or coffee club. And we started the coffee club, and I do it once a month, and it's been going for 4 years. And it's done very well. And then we do a lot of charities with that. We also give to Open Door Crisis Centre, the Jess Ford Foundation, Bobby Bear. We do lots of charities that we collect for like that as well. So, yeah, that's how I've given back. To young women following what I do in my life, I would suggest that you just be very brave. Don't ever give up. And just know that you will be heard at some stage. You know, it's perseverance. And in your heart, you must know that what you're doing, you must do it with lots of love. Lots of love. And a passion has got to be there, because if you've got that passion, then you will be able to be a good therapist. And to just like say, you know, we all have bad days. We do. And sometimes you think, oh my gosh, how's it going to end this month, you know? And then, God comes through and he works for us. And so that is my philosophy. My future goals, I would love the lady that works for me. I've got a wonderful lady, Normsy, that works for me. And she really is my left and my right hand. She's been with me for 2 years now. And we have trained her. I've trained her so much my way. She has grown so much. And I would love to one day be able to say to her, you know, you can maybe run the shop more and I can start taking a bit more time off, having done beauty therapy for 44 years. But it is my passion, and I don't think I can ever stay home. But I would like to know that I have given someone else an opportunity as well. To find balance, I live also in Umhlanga, so I would sometimes just sit and watch the ocean, and that is where I get my peace from. If I can, then I read books, and I go to church. On a Sunday, that's where I get my soul food from. And we have got the most amazing tiny little church, and I just love it. They've been incredible for me on my path in life as well. They've been wonderful. So I would say, yeah, that's me. If I can, I relax with that.